have never been individuals. Humans as a species have evolved through millions of years. Our bodies have adapted to the diverse microbial life all around us. They are harmful, beneficial and neutral, bacterial, viral and eukaryotic microbes which can make their homes in our bodies. They can stay on our skin, colonize our gut, or in annoying cases, get inside our bodies, for example in our bloodstream, and cause disease. Our lives, ontogeny and physiology has been shaped for the presence of these microscopic companions. Human history is a continuous change in our microscopic companions. Before agriculture, the human societies were small and nomadic, and thus the infectious diseases were very different to modern pathogens. During the modern times, humans have tried to get rid of their harmful microbes. Much of the increase in our life expectancy is due to continuously reduced mortality to infectious diseases. Better quality of life, improved hygiene and sanitation, antibiotic and other modern advancements have reduced the disease burden. Surprisingly though, humans might nowadays have more pathogen than at any other point in our history. For example, the huge populations of modern cities and international travel can sustain a vast number of respiratory viruses. Conversely, a bacterial microbe in cities is impoverished in contrast to countryside. The built environment has a lower diversity of beneficial bacteria, and the microbiota of urban dwellers is less diverse than that of peers in countryside. The reduction in bacterial diversity in our bodies have been linked to a number of immune-related ailments, such as allergies, asthma, and autoimmune disorders. The environmental changes and the urban environment thus lead to a difficult situation where environment is more likely to be conducive of the spread of harmful microbes and hinders the spread of beneficial bacteria. Over half of all the species are parasites, that is, organisms that benefit from their host individuals while causing harm to the host. Every species on the planet have parasites. Humans have the highest known number of parasite species, as we are large-sized, long-lived, populous species, and thus a perfect host for anyone wanting to profit from our bodies. Loss of biodiversity leads to an increase of human parasites through a number of mechanisms. First one is that when nature is lost or fragmented, the contacts between humans and other species become much more common, and thus create much more opportunities for zoonotics, a spread of pathogens from other species to humans, that is. We know, for example, that the emergence of Ebola in West Africa occurred in the area of high deforestation. Second mechanism is the invasive species. Invasive species are sometimes better at spreading parasites, and they can bring new exotic parasites for the areas where they are invading. Usually they are also synanthropic species, so living and surviving near humans. For example, brown and black rats have spread across the world. They live near humans, and they are linked to a spread of many different pathogens, such as leptospira and plague. Third mechanism is that when host species the biodiversity goes down, also the specialist parasites dependent on these species go extinct. This situation in turn favors generalist parasites, which can then become more common. Generalist parasites are obviously more likely to also spread to humans. Thus the reduction in parasite numbers leads to a higher prevalence of zoonotic pathogens. Fourth mechanism is the dilution effect. The more there are host species in the environment, the more likely the parasite is to encounter the species that is not a suitable host. Thus, the biodiversity keeps the prevalence of parasites in check. For example, borreliosis-causing Borrelia bacteria is spread by ticks. If tick is likely to have a blood meal from a host which is not competent host of Borrelia, the bacteria dies out in tick and is not transmitted forward. Fifth mechanism is the loss of genetic diversity. The more similar the host individuals are, the more likely it is that the parasite which is adapted to one host individual is also well adapted to all the individuals. This is also the reason why monocultures, whether it is farm plants or in livestock, are more vulnerable for parasite spread. The loss of biodiversity then leads to a difficult situation, where we are more likely to get harmful microbes as the biodiversity is lost across the globe, whereas we will get less beneficial bacteria if we live in biodiversity impoverished areas. This poses a distinct concern for public health. If pandemics and other zoonotic epidemics are becoming more and more common, together with autoimmune-related disorders, the humans have not been evolutionarily adapted to nature loss. There are some clear guidelines what individuals can do to maintain their nature contact and to reduce the spread of parasites. One of those are targeted hygiene, which calls for balancing the individual behavior depending on the risks. Walking in nature helps to get the good microbes, whereas the personal hygiene, such as hand washing and cleanliness while cooking, prevent epidemics in urban environments. Nevertheless, public health is also a societal issue, where there is a societal duty to plan and build a safe and health-promoting environment. Land use and zoning are of highest importance when we are trying to keep harmful microbes away from us and get more beneficial microbes. Biodiversity science is a key to also sustainable public health.